Hello everyone, and welcome to this first chapter on scales and interval patterns. I'd like to just start with a brief introduction to the caged system so that we can get a better grasp of how this course material is organized, and then we'll go into 5 scale patterns that are each associated with one of the 5 caged chords. Now, when we say caged, we're talking about C, A, G, E, and D in open position. Let's review those chords really quickly, and then we'll see how those things play out up the neck as we look at the scales in C major that are associated with each of the chords. The first chord, C major, second chord, A major, third chord, G major, fourth chord, E major, and the fifth chord, D major. Now, those 5 chords are sort of like landmarks, and we can move them up the neck. Let me show you an example. If I take C and I finger it like this, I can use my first finger as a sort of capo. And check it out. If I move it up to, say, 4th position. Now, if I had a capo on the 4th fret, it would look like I'm playing a C major, right? An open position. And so we would call this the C form, but the chord is actually E major, so we call it C form of E major. It's E major because the notes that were C's, the root of the chord, those are now E's in this position. Let me show you one more example. Here's A major. Now, if I move this up to, say, 5th position, so I'm pretending I have a capo here, now it's D major because I'm playing an A major form, but the notes that were A's in this position, the root of the chord, they're now D's up here. And so we would call this the A form of D major. We'll do a couple more. This one's a little harder to see. If I play G major like this, and say I bring it all the way up to, let's do E flat. So I'm going to move these G's all the way up to E flat. Now, this chord is not played very much, but we'll sort of associate the scale patterns with each of these 5 chords, even though as chords independent of this caged system, they might not be terribly useful. Although, you know, a lot of people will play a part of the chord. So in this case, I'm playing everything but that top note, and that's a little easier to finger. Or like this. That's a G major chord, G major form of E flat major, because I'm playing what would be, it'd be like playing G major with just these 4 strings. Notice the open G is now an E flat on the 8th fret. So the cage system, it allows us to take these basic 5 open position forms that are familiar to everyone, and then sort of understand the whole fretboard by associating things with those basic 5 chords as we transpose them or change keys. Now here, of course, we're interested in scale patterns, and so we're going to associate scale patterns with C major chords derived from each of these 5 open position chords. So that's a little bit about caged system and how it works. Next, we're going to move on to the 5 forms, and I'll show you the 5 C major chords derived from C, A, G, E, and D. So on to the next section.